Next guest is a lovely young woman who has just become the highest paid model ever to appear in the pages of Playboy magazine. This is her brand new record album right here entitled Toya. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Toya Jackson. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Have a seat. Wow, you have a snake there. Well, what kind of snake is that?
It's a boa. Boa constrictor. Yes,
is that a full-grown boa constrictor?
Oh no, it's a baby.
And have you had it since it was a tiny little snake?
No, I've had it for a couple of months now, actually.
And will you have it for the rest of its life? This is.
I'll try to, yes.
Yeah. And how big do they get?
Well, they can get to 12, 18 feet.
Wow.
Yes.
And how much would they weigh?
Oh, they weigh 60, 80, 120 pounds.
I think I'd like the 80-pounder.
They're very heavy.
I would think they were heavy. And what do they eat?
Well, this is terrible to say, but they eat rats and rabbits.
Rats and rabbits?
Yes, I know.
And how do you...
This is a baby, so it eats mice.
It does eat mice?
Yes.
And how many mice...
It's a little bit uncomfortable because of the lights, but she's okay. This is Eve.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feed the mice to the... put them in the blender first and like make up a health shake or something?
No. Actually, they like everything alive.
Oh, God. And are you in any danger having the snake in your lap?
Only if it's hungry. That's the only danger.
Okay. Wow. It's a little unnerving. Do you want to keep it out here? Do you like having it here?
No, it's fine. It's not going to bother you. It's okay, David.
It's already bothering me. Anyway, can we just talk about other things?
Sure.
Now, you're in this Playboy magazine. I guess you knew that.
Yes, I
do. Why did you decide to do that? They paid you a lot of money, right?
Yes, but that's not why I decided to do it, though.
How much money, though? Let's get that out of the way. Well, like, what's a lot of money?
Well, I really don't want to discuss the price. It's strictly confidential. I will say that I was the highest paid in the history of Playboy, yes.
By plenty of rats with that dough, I guess. Wow. See, now it's moving right to your neck.
I know.
And that's all right?
It's okay.
Has it ever hugged you to the point where you thought you were, lights out?
Well, well, that's another thing that you have to be careful of, is that you don't let them really choke you to death. Because they can squeeze you.
That's the first rule of snake ownership, ladies and gentlemen.
If it gets around my neck too much, then I'll loosen up.
Anyway, so did you always want to have naked pictures or take? Excuse me for being indelicate, but did you always want to do that?
No.
Well, what was the decision process there?
Well, actually, when I was approached by Playboy, automatically I said, absolutely not. I would never do anything like that. And then, of course, they kept asking, and it was sort of like a ping-pong game, and we kept going back and forth. And I learned a little bit more about the magazine because I didn't know anything about it. And the history of the magazine was quite interesting to me because it's a very sophisticated magazine. And at the same time, there are women, Marilyn Monroe, Sophia Loren, Raquel Welch, Bridget Bardot.
Serious actresses.
All of these women have done it, and I felt, well, gosh, I'd love to be in the great company of these. It's okay.
It's making me really, really jumpy. Not as jumpy as the magazine made me earlier, but. I'm sorry. And where did they take the pictures?
We did it at the Neil Simon Theater.
Neil Simon Theater here in New York on Broadway?
Yes, here in New York.
During intermission one night?
No, we rented the theater out for 3 days.
Yeah.
And that's where we did it at.
The magazine has caused quite a stir, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Yeah, I'll ask you how your family reacted in a minute, all right? Okay, you gonna hang on here?
Sure.
Okay, we'll be right back with Toya.
Believe me, you'll become more than
1% off the cover price. The 35th anniversary issue is free with your paid subscription. Call 1-800-532.
All right. We're back with Toya Jackson, and your snake's name is Eve.
Yes.
Now, do you have another one, a companion to Eve?
Yes. Well, actually, the one that's in the photograph is Adam, and that's Eve's boyfriend.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I was going to say, but you must be able to tell the difference between a male snake and a female snake.
It's very, very difficult to tell.
I would think so.
I mean, there's actually nothing
okay, that's
to go
enough.
by.
Yeah. So anyway, now you're in the magazine, and for your brother, for example, has he seen the pictures, Michael?
Yes, he has.
And what did he think of these?
Well, actually, he saw them before they were ever printed, and he thought they were great.
Yeah.
And we spoke about it, and he said, I understand why you did it, and he says, I think it was a great career move, and he said, I think the pictures are lovely.
Well, good for you. And what about Tito? Did you talk to Tito about it?
No, I haven't spoken to Tito about it.
Yeah.
No.
How about Marlon? Did you talk to Marlon?
Yeah.
Has the family generally been supportive here?
Well, somewhat. My parents, of course, are totally against it, and they think it's the worst thing that I could have ever done.
Yeah.
And
But I must say, having looked at the photographs, they're lovely pictures, and you're a lovely woman. But I guess if you're, yeah.
Thank you. It's not out. It's so new.
Yeah. So now what happens now? You have a brand new album out. You have the photographs in Playboy, and things are really going great for you, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They're going fairly well, yes.
And you have some perfume?
Well, I'm working on a perfume line right now. We're in the testing stages, actually, right now.
Yeah. And how do you test a perfume?
Well, I go to the chemist and we take... Oh, I'm sorry.
Gesturing with a snake, you know.
I'm so sorry. Well, the different scents, of course, and if I want a little bit more floral in it, and then I'll tell him maybe 25% more, or if I want a more of a powder smell or fruit flavor. And that's basically what I do, and I wear it for a couple of days, and I test and see if I like it or not.
You should try and get something with vapor action. Now this snake, Latoya, with the tongue there, what is that? Is that she's smelling things?
Yes, that's her sense that she's sensing. And I think she smells your cigar.
Yeah.
And is that coffee?
That is coffee.
Yeah, all those things. Why don't you hold
I don't.
her?
You know. People think I'm being a baby here, but there's just something about. How long have you been director of the Columbus Zoo? Now you have a lot of unusual pets, don't you?
She'll just...
I know she is. I know she is.
But David, just touch her and you'll get used to her.
I touched her once, and I'll get used to her, you know, when I retire. But you have other unusual pets?
No, I only have the snake, of course, but at home we have lots of
What do you have
pets.
at home?
Well, we have llamas and things like that.
Llamas. Now, are they nice to have around?
Yes.
But don't they spit or something?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
When they get very angry, they spit. They spit at you, and of course it can blind you.
Really?
Yes.
Permanently blind you?
I don't know if you're blind permanently, but you are blind.
Yeah.
If they do, should spit in your eye.
Something irritating about them spitting at you would cause... Well,
Well,
I
that's
didn't
their
realize that.
defense mechanism.
Yeah, yeah. What are we doing? Okay, we have to do a commercial.
Okay.
And we'll be right
Wanna
back.
touch
Here.
Eve?
Latoya, thank you very much for being here.
Oh, thank you
You're
for having
a lovely,
me.
lovely woman, and this is a fascinating animal, but I'm a little
Would
jumpy.
you like to give her a kiss, David?
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry we ran out of time there, and come back and see us again tomorrow night. Thank you, folks.